Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and Spider-Man Far From Home is going to have a trailer be released this weekend. They kept talking about it. It was hyped up all week, but I think after like the 200 plus million views that the Avengers Endgame trailer got, Disney's like, let's hold off a little bit. And they talked to Sony, and Sony was like, okay, we agree with you. We're going to delay the trailer by about 2 weeks is what I'm hearing right now, even though the trailer was shown down in Brazil. Brazil of all places got the trailer at the CCXP down there, where it was a big show, and that was described. But now we're getting our hands on the full synopsis of what exactly Far From Home is going to be about. From what it appears, it kind of just completely ignores what happens in Endgame. Never mind the fact that it picks up, according to rumors or reports, 4 minutes after the ending of the Avengers movie, which would mean it's kind of on Peter Parker's mind. Whatever happens next is going to be on Parker's mind. But it says here, Spider-Man Far From Home synopsis revealed. A Russian press site has revealed the Spider-Man Far From Home synopsis. Peter Parker, Tom Holland, and his friends go on summer holidays to Europe. So this play. So let's just kind of speculate on that for a hot second, right? So in the beginning of Avengers Infinity War, Peter's on a trip somewhere. He's on a trip somewhere. They're on a bus going somewhere, right? The Thanos' ship comes into play. He gets his spider sense for the first time, like hitting spider puberty, right? Leaps out the bus, goes in, and then goes on the epic adventure where he ends up getting dusted at the end of the movie. Now, we don't know how he's going to return. We don't know what's going to happen, but apparently he's back, and it takes place a couple minutes after the ending of Avengers Endgame. Again, according to previous reports. And then him and his friends just go on a summer holiday, because that just seems like, to Europe. That just totally seems okay. Anyway, however, his friends will hardly be able to rest, and Peter will have to agree to help Nick Fury uncover the mystery of creatures that cause natural disasters and destruction through the continent. Now, that's interesting. So Peter doesn't get the chance to go on vacation, even though he probably earned it after what happened and all this stuff. But Fury is going to be a big part in this, and I didn't know Nick Fury is going to be a big part. So that's actually pretty cool that we get to see him in not only Captain Marvel, but probably going to be a bit of a bit at the end, at least, of Avengers, and then get more of him in Spider-Man Far From Home, which is, people want more Nick Fury, plus they still have to finish out his contract. Now, the Far From Home trailer, which debuted exclusively for attendees at Brazil's CCXP convention over the weekend, showed the super spy sedating Ned and quietly recruiting Parker to help battle the elementals, creatures that compose of sand, water, and fire. Parker, who left his Stark-crafted Spider-Man suit at home to enjoy his overseas vacation with his friends, is supplied with a stealth suit and must team up with the new superhero Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who's also backed by Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. to halt the destructive creatures, with Spider-Man and Mysterio emerging as brothers in arms, according to Holland, who was on hand for the panel on Saturday. So Mysterio is a good guy that then becomes a bad guy, which is... We've seen that, right? We've seen that happen, like Captain America, Winter Soldier, there was that. But that also had to do with like long-standing, Hydra infiltration into S.H.I.E.L.D. Also, where is S.H.I.E.L.D. now? How is it going to tie in with the show? I'm behind on the show, so I got to play catch-up then before this airs. Because this will also open... right around the same time, season 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comes out, which has already been renewed for a season 7. So I'm going to think that whatever's happening in Agent 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to tie in to Spider-Man Homecoming, which would be interesting. Maybe not a direct tie-in, but maybe kind of like how the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had that 8-episode arc that in the back half of the season that tied in with Captain America, Winter Soldier really, really, really well. It was really well done. It was fantastic. Now it says here, there are threats to the world, elementals, elemental creatures, and Mysterio is someone who knows about them and wants to make the world safe from them. And Nick Fury asks him to come on and help because he's the only one who really understands them. And he teams up with the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and unfortunately has to make him become more than a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But what does that even mean? Make him become more than a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, like an Avengers? I mean, he kind of is an Avenger at this point. So that's interesting. So it goes on to say that descriptions of the trailer reported from the element-inspired creatures as homages to famed Spider-Man foes Sandman, Hydra Man, and Molten Man. But the creatures appear to be the elementals of Marvel comic books, a group of mystical ancient beings who resurfaced in modern-day New York City. Okay, I don't know. That should be something. Among their members were Hellfire, who possessed mastery over flames, Hydron, who controlled all forms of water, and Magnum, who had power over the entire Earth, endowed with the abilities capable of generating humanoid creatures made of the planet's environment, such as sand and stone. Okay, that's interesting. That's I mean, it sounds cool, but at the same time, it also sounds kind of dumb. If I'm being honest, it sounds kind of dumb. Fans were left upset over the weekend when Sony Pictures neglected to release the first look online. An unconfirmed report claimed the trailer will arrive for general consumption on December 18th. And they said here, oh, we debuted the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer just for you guys exclusively because sometimes we just want to show our support and you guys have been so amazing to us ever since I got the job. Okay. I kind of understand that. Now, I'm a long time aficionado of Hall H at Comic-Con. I've been going for years, and it does anger me when I wait in those lines, and we're talking hours to get in there, to spend all day in this room with a lot of people who don't know what the term body odor or deodorant means, and then to go and see this footage and then to have it released online in an official capacity pisses me off. Now, if it's bootlegged online, I don't care. I don't care because the quality is not as good, and I know I saw it in the right quality, so F everybody else. But when it's like let's say a Walking Dead thing or a new trailer that we're supposed to, or some footage, like Warner's is terrible at this. They'll release the footage as they're playing it in Hall H. Like they'll hit play on the footage and then they'll release it online, claiming, well, you technically saw it first. It's a load of shit and they know it. So at least here they're trying to do that. And I actually have some respect for that, even if I'm a little upset that I'm not able to watch the footage just yet. So the trailer will drop here. I'm assuming the trailer will come before the 18th. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse opens next week or this week. I would assume it's probably going to be in front of it this week. And that makes sense. Why would you not have Spider-Man Far From Home trailer in front of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? I mean, the movie's already tracking at $30 million. If you go, hey, we're going to put the Spider-Man trailer in front of Into the Spider-Verse, people might actually go and see it, and therefore you net yourself a few extra bucks. Again, that's just how I view it. But I leave it to you guys. What are your thoughts on this? Does this sound interesting? Does this sound kind of dumb? Right? Like, I mean, how are they going to... I'm sure they're going to make it work just fine, but it does feel like kind of an odd take, doesn't it? Right? Like they're fighting the elementals. That's cool. I'm not going to lie. I've always kind of hated it when Spider-Man went to the far off side of things with the more like mystical side of things. I've never been a big fan of that. I like more of the grounded aspect of it, like the grounded bad guys. Even with superpowers, they're still relatively grounded. That's what I've always enjoyed. Like I really hate it in video games when like you get to like the back half of the game and the only enemies a developer can make are like these weird spiritual versions of what you were fighting in the beginning. It's like, I just lose interest. I don't care about that because I'm like, no, it's just, you got lazy and this is what you came up with. And that's kind of what I take from this. But at the same time, I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt and see how it is. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know down in the comments below. If you made it this far, go ahead and type in Spider-Man in the chat so I know. If you guys want to call in, you can do so on our voicemail line at 818-350-3284. That's 818-350-3281. 3281, that's what it is. And I will talk to you guys again. Have yourself a great day and peace out.